The city between heartbeats. New York did not wake up gently in 2025. It never had. Before the sun reached the glass towers of Midtown, the city was already breathing. Heavy, impatient, restless. Trains screamed through tunnels, steam rose from the streets, and somewhere a man argued with the morning over a cup of coffee that cost more than it should.
By mid-morning, the streets were crowded with motion. Amira Khan weaved through traffic on her electric bike, delivery bag strapped tight. She had 2 degrees and 3 part-time jobs in another country. She might have been called successful. In New York, she was managing.
Daniel Ortiz stood on the platform at 125th Street, coat pulled tight, fingers numb despite the gloves. He checked the time again. Late meant warnings. Warnings meant cuts. Cuts meant falling behind. And in New York, falling behind was dangerous. Daniel cleaned offices downtown. Floors so shiny they reflected the city's arrogance back at itself. He worked nights, but in 2025, rest was a luxury, not a right. Rent had gone up again. His landlord said it was the market. The market had a voice, apparently, and it never spoke to people like Daniel.
Her phone buzzed constantly, orders, deadlines, reminders that time was money, and she was always short on both. At a red light, she noticed a protest forming near City Hall. Signs rose above the crowd. Housing is a human right. Stop pricing US out. Police watched from a distance, tired but alert. Politics in New York was not something you discussed politely over dinner. It lived in the streets, loud and demanding. Amira pedaled past without stopping. Protesting did not pay rent.
Evelyn had built her fortune in tech investments. She liked to say she had earned it through discipline and vision, which was true. She did not often mention timing, inheritance, or the quiet safety of never fearing eviction. At lunchtime, Daniel took his break in a maintenance closet, eating rice and beans from a plastic container. He scrolled through his phone, news headlines about economic growth, record profits, job creation. None of it sounded like his life. At a red light, she noticed a protest forming near City Hall. Signs rose above the crowd. Housing is a human right. Stop pricing us out. Police watched from a distance, tired but alert. Politics in New York was not something you discussed politely over dinner. It lived in the streets, loud and demanding. Amira pedaled past without stopping. Protesting did not pay rent. That evening, the city shifted again. News screens glowed in bars and bodegas. Debates about crime, taxes, immigration, public safety. Politicians spoke in confident sentences, promising balance, reform, hope. In a Bronx apartment, Daniel's mother watched quietly, volume low. She had lived in the city since the 1990s and had heard every promise before. In the same hour, Evelyn lunched with investors at a rooftop restaurant. They spoke about urban revitalization and market corrections. Below them, low, taxis crawled through traffic like insects. New York is resilient, someone said, raising a glass. They all agreed. By midnight, the city softened but never slept. Daniel mopped marble floors that reflected chandeliers he would never touch. Amira made her last delivery, legs aching, heart tired but stubborn. Evelyn returned home, skyline glittering like a promise fulfilled. They talk, she said when Daniel came home. We survive. In Brooklyn, Amira attended a community meeting after work. People argued, cried, pleaded for rent control, for safety, for dignity. A city official took notes and thanked them for their input. Evelyn arrived at the fundraiser that same night, wearing a tailored dress and a calm smile. She shook hands with policymakers, donated generously, and discussed the future of the city she loved, one that had given her everything. Each of them believed they were part of New York's story. They were right. It broke people. It built people. Sometimes it did both at once. As the city pulsed through another night, one truth remained unchanged. New York did not belong to the rich or the poor. It belonged to those who endured it, one heartbeat at a time.